All right, folks, welcome back. Part 2 of our Origins booster case opening. Trying to find our overnumbered so as we don't have to open our 6th and final booster box of this product. We would like to be storing away for keeps one of these booster boxes, but if we don't find the overnumbered in these next 2 boxes, well, that tells us we probably need to go ahead and play the odds and open up those that last booster box so as we can hopefully hit our average overnumbered pulls within each case. So, not going to slow down by any means. We're going to crank right through these like we have been. All right, starting off with a garbage grabber and foil. Move those to the side. We've got a Kiana and a Progress Day. We have not gotten any of our fiery Pack 1 openings like we have in some of our other videos, unfortunately. Hopefully, we still get our overnumbereds. Foil Orb of Regret, King's Edict, and another Lee Sin Ascetic. Now, I'm not positive. I'm actually going to check because this is driving me nuts. I feel like we have been opening repeats every time. Yeah. All right, so that was booster box number 1. Put these actually on camera. Booster box number 1, booster box number 2, and then we had a repeat of Kaisa with the Chaos Rune and the Fury Rune for box number 3. Swear to God, if we get a exact same print run of these 3 cards for this next booster box, that's going to drive me absolutely insane. And will kind of prove what we have been saying all along, is that these print runs are not exactly very well sorted or distributed, whatever word you want to use, randomized. Boy, that's frustrating. Kog'Maw, Blitzcrank, and a Siphon Power. Okay. Well, it is a hotter start than we've gotten in some of our other boxes, only because of back-to-back, what the heck, showcase and an epic, but I really am getting frustrated by these repeats. It's kind of insane. Foil Vengeance, Brynir Thundersong, and Volibear. Oh, messed that up already. Alright, Flurry of Blades and foil, Carnivorous Snapvine, and a Convergent Mutation. Oh, Jesus, where am I putting these cards this morning? Good Lord. I must be tired. Playful Phantom, Commander Ledros, and a Kaisa Epic. Very nice. I think I did technically need another one of those, so I didn't have to just play with the showcase one. I like to keep those nice and pristine. Traveling Merchant, Tide Turner, and the Harrowing. I definitely need to go back and look at what our odds were that we tracked for our 2 cases that we opened previously. Aspirant's Climb, Thousand-Tailed Watcher, and a Machine of Angel. Because I feel as though something changed with the latest print run, almost as if they aren't printing the overnumbereds as commonly, or changed the ratio of showcases. Something doesn't feel the same. Unlicensed Armory and foil, Solari Shrine, and Kane. Anivia, Ava Achiever, and an Immortal Phoenix. Immortal Phoenix is one of those cards that I feel like has a way to work in a deck, just has not found its home yet. Sneaky Deckhand, Albus Ferris, and Teemo Scout. All right, pack number 12. We are halfway through this box. And much like all of our other Origins boxes in this case so far, not hitting the odds we would have expected. Sigil of the Storm, Taric, and a Shakedown. Moving on to the second half here. Mystic Poro in foil, Tasty Feyfolk, and a Tryndamere. Nope, just another legend. I get too excited every time I see the arts in these legends. Herald of the Arcane, Udyr, and a Leona the Zealot. Pouty Poro, Misfortune. Oh, I swear to God. I swear to God. Okay. So like I said, let's move these down. That was box number 1. Chaos Rune, Fury Rune, Kaisa Evolutionary. That was box number 2. We are right on track to have the exact same box printing. Right on track. If these aren't fixed, I don't know what is. If we now get an order rune, we know for a fact. We know for a fact that these are fixed. And that's insane. Faithful Manufacturer, Mage Seeker Warden, and a Falling Star. Stupefy, Ari, that's the wrong pile, and a Divine Judgment. Herald of the Scales, Mistfall, and a Heimerdinger. Daring Poro, Harness Dragon, and a Jinx Demolitionist. Okay, so we actually hit a slightly different variation with this box. So unless that is just crazy coincidence, I don't know. I don't even believe it's crazy coincidence. I think it's just bad randomization efforts because, I mean, we've seen it with all the other cases that we have opened. The randomization is just not good. Crackshot Corsair in foil, Ari Alluring, and an Unchecked Power. Epic. And we have still not seen our first overnumbered out of this case. That is crazy. Sunlit Guardian in foil, Blind Fury, and a Kaisa Daughter of the Void. 3 packs left. This is booster box number 4 out of this case. Another legend. Lecturing Yordle, Teemo, and a Sabotage. Alright. We need to have a conversation, Riot. So the only thing you mixed up in this box was Jinx the Demolitionist. Otherwise, this is quite literally exactly the same as our box number 2 that we already opened in the last video. That's That doesn't make any sense. This is not randomization. Throwing in one more showcase is not randomization. The likelihood that you should be able to pull identical showcase openings back to back and then back to back again, like we did with the last one, that shouldn't even happen. The odds are so vastly low. I'll go play a lottery ticket to see if that's it, but no, I won't win because this is not just weird luck. This is just bad randomization by Riot, by Riftbound. That's just bad. Promising Future, Leona, and a Seal of Insight. So we have gotten one of each seal so far. Haven't gotten any repeat seals, I don't think. Did we? I don't think so. Last pack on this box. The overnumbered is the only thing that's going to redeem this, how this is going so far. Treferian Glory Seeker, Convergent Mutation, and another Mind Splitter. So not a terrible card, but boy, I am really starting to get frustrated. Let's get box number 5 going here. Starting to get a little frustrated by how this is going. Yeah, long story short, this is not randomization at all. This is either lazy reprinting or just lazy printing in general. I don't know. I'm not sure what we call this yet, other than frustrating. Well, if we get any of this stuff back to back again, we'll know we have an even bigger issue because that'll be the 3rd time at this point if we repeat any of these. So let's see. Pack number 1 of box number 5. Magma Worm in foil, Yasuo, and Vayne. Like usual, starting off pack number 1's horribly. Foil Singularity, that's not bad. A Bounty Hunter, Misfortune, and a Volibear. Smokescreen in foil, Party Favors, and a Showcase Misfortune. All right, so at least it's finally different. We finally have something different that we have not opened in any of the other boxes. That gives some relief, but not much. Another Legend, Back Alley Bar in foil, Jinx Demolitionist, and a Blind Monk, Lee Sin. I am curious how everybody else's openings on the reprint run here have been going, because this is just kind of a disaster. Foil Call to Glory, Overt Operation, and an Invert Timelines. I don't know, maybe I'm being too harsh about disaster. I don't know value-wise if we're doing that bad, but Madden Marauder, Caitlyn Patrolling, and a Dragon's Rage, Lee Sin's signature spell. Foil Bandletree, Albus Ferris, and Darius Treferian. Another Legend. We got a Foil Flame Chompers, Jinx, and a Darius Treferian again, this time in his showcase. So at least we're opening something different in this box. And that's 2 showcases already. I think we are already doing better than we have in previous boxes. Good Lord. Should have started from the bottom. Ride the Wind, Kraken Hunter, and a Dr. Mundo. Definitely could have done without some of those first ones, let me tell you. Vanguard Helm in foil, Fiora, and a Rasa the Sunderer. Not sure if my head's getting in the camera here. I apologize if it is. Solari Shrine. Raging Firebrand. Oh, there we go. We finally hit an overnumbered. Now, it is not a signature. That's too bad. This would have been a fantastic one to have in signature. It is our Jinx Loose Cannon. Go ahead and get that sleeved up here. All right, halfway mark, pack number 12. We've got a Malzahar, the Fanatic, Karthus, and a Seal of Discord. So I think we are still on track to have opened one of each of the seals. I'm still in belief that that is a fixed opening amount that you get of those. Find Your Center in foil, Last Stand, and a Draven Showboat. Foil Cleave, Hand of Noxus, Darius, the Legend, and a Lee Sin Centered. Piles are getting a little unruly here. Foil Pack of Wonders, that probably holds some value with some of those recent decks. Echo Recurrent, and a Grand Stratagem. Man, I just keep flicking cards everywhere. Pack a Cub, Tide Turner, and an Epic Darius Executioner. Victor, Set Kingpin, and Stormbringer, the signature spell for Volibear. Now, what would be extremely fantastic is if this box or case would be nice enough to, well, I guess this box would be nice enough to give me another overnumbered now so as I don't have to open the next box. But we'll see. Foil Ember Monk, a Mistfall, and a Nocturne. Stalwart Poro, foil, Kaisa Evolutionary, and a Karma. Foil Windwall, Twisted Fate, and a Zanya's Hourglass. 4 packs left. Coming into the home stretch on this box here. Tell what that is. Foil Whirlwind, Vi Destructive, and Set the Boss. It is just a legend card. Nothing to get excited about. May have another legend card. Foil Bilgewater Bully, Warwick, and an Ari Inquisitive. Not a bad card to open an Epic. I don't think there's a ton of value there, but always love our Ari arts, excuse me. Two packs to make it happen. Here we go. Foil Confront, Wraith of Echoes, and a Shen. So not doing it on that pack. We need the biggest last pack magic in order to have any hope of feeling like we got our value in this case. So, I hope we have a legend, so that's not going to happen. Foil Defy. Legend Yasuo. And a Primal Strength. Alright. So, not what I would consider the greatest of openings, that's for sure. Now the question is, do we go back and open that last box? I want to check something here real fast. Do like the Kaisa, that's a good pool. So in the last box, we were looking at, what seals did we open there? Got the Dazzling Aurora, that was a good pool. We had a Seal of Strength. We had a Seal of Rage. And that should have been it. So we opened 4 seals, all unique. Didn't pass any others, did I? I feel like I did. Nope. Nope, there we go. So we've opened 4 out of the 6 seals. Again, all unique. Our assumption is that it's a fixed amount in every single case, meaning you get 1 of each one every single time. It never deviates from that, which would be interesting. It would be identical to exactly what we're seeing with the showcase runes. So, I don't know. So we did pull the overnumbered Jinx. It is not a signature. I'm still very tempted to open this last case because the norm is to open 2 of those, and we finally seem to have broken the rhythm of repeat openings like we did with the first 4 boxes. So I think this box probably has something good in it. We have to open it. I'll buy a different one, buy a different box to keep, let it appreciate over time. It does mean I'm going to overpay for it because I won't be able to get it for a steal like I did with this case. $1,000 for this case was an absolute steal given where it sits now. All right, we're going to have to clean up here real fast. So let me set some of these aside. Otherwise, this is just going to become disastrous. We can return our epic pile to the middle there. Let's just break into it. I'm regretting it, but I know I'm going to regret it. Swear to God, if we get a repeat of any of that other stuff, I'll be so frustrated. Foil Cleave, Ravenborn Tome, Cadrigan the Infernal. All right. So started off with an epic hit first pack. I think that's as good as we have done so far. Foil Ravenbloom Student, Soul Gorger, and a Sona. Now my expectation with this box, the average is 2 overnumbered per case, so I'd like to definitely see 1 more overnumbered. I'm not going to hold my breath though, just based on how this has gone so far, but I am still expecting to see those last 2 seals. Carnivorous Snapvine, Convergent Mutation, and a Seal of Unity. All right, look at that. So we are, again, on track for getting 1 of each individual seal. No doubles in a case. I think that's just the way Riftbound organized the print run. Blazing Scorcher in foil. Tryndamere. Legend Victor. And I think, yes, we have a Showcase Body Rune. I hate that we are wasting showcases on that. That's part of the art. But it's a showcase hit nonetheless. Foil Dangerous Duo, Udyr, and another Thousand-Tailed Watcher. Traveling Merchant in foil, Harness Dragon, Solari Shrine. Again, I apologize that I am not, slow rolling this, kind of enjoying it a little bit more. Kane Unleashed, Ari Alluring, and a Showcase Leona. Not an overnumbered, but still one I don't think we have opened actually, so that's nice. Showcase Leona. But yeah, we've all seen Origins at this point. This was more of an experiment more than anything. Foil Treferian Warcamp, Blind Fury, and a Kaisa Daughter of the Void Legend. So I figure there's no need to sit here and slow roll all the cards, goggle over all the art, unless we get something amazing, like a Jinx overnumbered that's actually signed, Shipyard Skulker, Anivia, and a Zenith Blade Epic. I am still expecting to see that last seal. I would bet money on it at this point. Foil Charm, Ava Achiever, and an Albus Ferris. I also get the feeling that we're going to open another showcase rune, and then that's going to be it for this box, which is going to be very unfortunate. Teemo Scout, a Tark, and a Seal of Strength. So I think I may have just busted my theory there. Didn't we already open? Yes, we already opened a Seal of Strength. Well, we were close to seeing what we thought then. What are we missing? Got the Order. Or, no, Rage, Fury. We're missing the green. We're missing Calm, Seal of Calm. Alright, 12 pack. We are halfway through. Not liking the odds of our chance of hitting an overnumbered again. Noxus Hopeful, Sabotage, and a Promising Future. I hope it is promising, because it has not been thus far. Now I have to go and order an individual box of Origins so I can have one to put away. We have a Stupefy in foil, Ravenborn Tome, and a Legend Leona. Moving on to the second half of this box, and that will wrap up this video. Foil Fighter Flight, too bad it's been banned, Kiana, and a Progress Day. Foil Spoils of War, King's Edict, and a Kog'Maw. Wielder of Water, Blitzcrank, and a Showcase Victor. Again, not overnumbered, so we are not down a path that we currently want to be on. These last packs are unlikely to have yet another showcase for us. Let's see what we can produce here. Hopefully I can be wrong. Spectral Matron in foil, Brainier Thunder Song, and a Volibear Legend. Cruel Patron foil, Commander Ledros, and a Tide Turner. So you can't have too many Tide Turners, but I think I've opened way too many of those at this point. Foil Targon's Peak, The Harrowing, and a Tasty Fey Folk. Starting to lose the spice here. We've got 5 packs left to get this done, right? 5, yes, including this one. Machine of Angel, Misfortune, and a Time Warp. Curious if Time Warp's going to end up making it in any of these decks. Don't think it's one I'll play. Never been a huge fan of Control personally. Alright, Cannon Barrage in foil. Jeez, that pile's getting ugly. Mage Seeker Warden, and another Falling Star. 3 packs left. We desperately need to see that overnumbered. Desperately. Another Legendary. Consult the Past, Legendary, and a Mistfall. It's not looking good. Not looking good. We may have wasted this box opener, in my opinion. That looks like another legend back there. Good lord. Chemtech Enforcer. Heimerdinger. Super Mega Death Rocket. I was wrong. Not a legend. But not really what we want. Oh, God. Last pack to make this happen. I'm not going to hold my breath. Not going to hold my breath. And it looks like a legend back there. Holy moly. Soaring Scout in foil. Shakedown. And a Teemo Swift Scout. Alright. So I regret it. We shouldn't have opened that box. Only pulled the Body Rune, Showcase Leona, Showcase Victor. Not a great opening, that's for sure. I think I technically needed a Super Mega Death Rocket for my Jinx deck. I think that rounds us out to having the full playset that we needed. Overall, thoughts and feelings, not great. Jinx overnumbered isn't bad. You know, I think value-wise for this box, we did fine. Again, really disheartened by this idea that these boxes can look so identical, right? So you have, that was box number 1, box number 2, box number 3, and then box number 4 is over here. Box number 4 was those 4. Now, the only thing that changed between those 4 boxes was a Jinx Demolitionist got inserted into that box. Otherwise, it was a static print run all the way through up until that point. Now, we did get some different boxes with the next 2. Yeah, so we had those, let's see, Misfortune and Darius showcases plus the Jinx overnumbered in box number 5. Box number 6 pulled Body Rune, Leona, and Victor all in showcase. Definitely not where we wanted to be, but, you know, set will continue to appreciate in value, just being the first set of this entire game format. We'll see what the future holds, but I got to go now order an individual box of Origins in order to make sure I have my one keepsake to hang on to. Sorry that wasn't exciting as we wanted it to be, but we have Vendetta on the way. We will be opening more of that. I think I already mentioned this in the last video, but I did order another case of Unleashed. It is just a set that I really enjoy. Really would like to pull either just a regular overnumbered or a signature overnumbered Diana. That would be amazing. I know the odds are slim to none, but we're going to play those odds here probably in an upcoming video as soon as that box comes in. In the meantime, prepare for Vendetta, continue watching those spoilers, and we will talk again soon.